My unhinged sister told my boyfriend that I am only dating him because he is rich and he believed her. But what everyone told him about me made him realize his biggest mistake. I, 29, have been dating my boyfriend, 35, for almost 6 months. We've known each other for about a year and a half. I'm a teacher and make around $50,000 a year, and he is a lawyer. And while his yearly earnings vary based on which clients and companies he works with, it's always somewhere in the 6 figures. Recently, we attended a family get-together at my parents' house. Everything was going fine until my sister, 32, walked in. We are low contact and nobody told me she had been invited. When I asked my mom what was up, she said she invited her because she needed some encouragement. I was absolutely fuming, but decided to see how the night went and leave if my sister decided to stir anything up. Thankfully, my sister seemed fine and I didn't see her much. My boyfriend left early since he was tired and I thought that was that. Boy, was I wrong. A week passed with no messages from him, which is really weird. Then all of a sudden, he texts me to meet up at a park and that he wanted to talk about something important. I had no idea what was up. We meet, he doesn't hug me, also out of the ordinary, and I ask him what's wrong. First thing out of his mouth, "Are you dating me just because I'm rich?" I'm not, and I tell him that. He just asks me again, like he doesn't believe me. I ask him where he's getting this from. It's so out of left field. Then he asks me if I've ever said all my problems would be solved if I married rich. I'm not gonna lie, I definitely have joked about that. But in the same way you say, maybe I should quit my job and move to Iceland and herd sheep for the rest of my life. Anyways, I tell him that and ask him again, where the heck is this coming from? He said my sister told him. Apparently she introduced herself and they chatted for a bit. When he told her he was a lawyer, she said that makes total sense because OP always wanted to marry rich. Looks like she's living the dream. My sister spent years bullying and abusing me, and she has the absolute audacity to take a joke I said when I was a depressed teenager with health issues out of context and misrepresent me to my boyfriend. I was shaking. I told my boyfriend that what she said was entirely out of context, and he can't trust her. He just kept pressing and asking why she would say something like that so casually if it wasn't the truth. I told him because she's a narcissist who has spent years treating me like a punching bag and never taking accountability. He just couldn't get it. So I left. I told him that if he was going to take the word of one person who he just met over the word of all of my friends and family, who will vouch for me that I'm not that kind of person, over all of the months he spent getting to know me as a person, then this wasn't going to work. Update. 3 days later, I decided to text my boyfriend on Friday and sent him this message. Hey boyfriend, I want to apologize for leaving things the way I did. I was really upset and hurt, so I left before my emotions got worse, which obviously didn't help the situation. Can we meet up this weekend and talk? I want to see if we can get on the same page and evaluate our relationship. He texted me back almost immediately and agreed to meet up at my place yesterday. When I opened the door, he was holding a bouquet of flowers and had a look on his face I have never seen before. It was a mixture of sad and concerned, which was kind of overwhelming because he's not really the type to be so expressive or emotional. He gave me the flowers, we sat down, and the first words out of his mouth were, "I'm so sorry, OP. I know I fucked up." That apology just really calmed me down. I was not prepared for what he told me. A friend suggested that if my boyfriend needed more outside confirmation, he should listen to me and go talk to people in my life to get a better perspective on what kind of person I am. My boyfriend has actually spent the last week doing exactly that. He even went to my parents and told them what happened. Apparently my mom was horrified. She really likes my boyfriend, so when she found out that inviting my sister had essentially caused a rift in our relationship, my mom got really upset. Her whole aspiration has always been to see all her children married, and since my sister has had nothing but failed relationships, and I've otherwise been chronically single, knowing she did anything to mess up my relationship was probably pretty upsetting to her. He said that she was crying and very apologetic. He also asked her to give me space until he had had a chance to apologize to me himself, which in hindsight makes a lot of sense, because my mom usually calls and texts me every day and has been MIA this whole week. All in all, my boyfriend said that my friends and family had nothing but good things to say about me, that I was absolutely not a gold digger, and anyone who even suggests that is just plain wrong. I was crying pretty hard by this point hearing everything. My boyfriend kept apologizing and saying he'd do anything to earn my trust back.